Hey, what's going on, guys? Rodrigo here from Unleash Your Fitness, and in this video we're going to be talking about calories in, calories out, and I'm going to try to fully explain it, right, to the point where you know what to do as far as getting to your fitness goals, right? Whether it's to lose weight in body fat or in the form of body fat, or gain weight in the form of lean body mass, meaning bigger muscles, a stronger, healthier, stronger skeleton, etc., right? But I'm kind of gonna be more focused on the fat loss section, just because most people want that, right? So calories in, calories out. First, before I get started, I want to make something clear, right? I'm not a dietitian or nutritionist. I don't have a bachelor's on it. Everything I'm gonna tell you is from experience and knowledge, as far as a personal trainer, 3.5 years of experience. I'm a certified personal trainer, certified nutrition coach, and certified sports enhancement specialist, right? So I might be right, I might be wrong. It's up to you if you want to, take my advice or not. I'm just telling you what has worked for my clients, what has worked for me, and I'm just trying to share that knowledge with you. So without further ado, let's get to it. So calories in, calories out. Let's talk about it. What is it, right? Let's talk about what is it, right? So your body every day, right, it's burning calories, right? It starts burning calories. You burn calories when you wake up. You burn calories when you sleep. You burn calories when you talk. I'm burning calories right now as I move my hands around, as I speak to the camera, as I speak to you guys, as I make this video. Some things burn more calories than other things. For example, I just got back from the gym. Probably burned 300 calories at the gym within that hour. Within this hour, or while I'm here, I'm probably only gonna burn maybe 50 calories, right? So there's a big difference there, right? So your day-to-day activities does make a big difference as far as how much calories your body needs, meaning how much energy your body needs, right? Because at the end of the day, that's what happens. All the food you take in becomes energy. Your body uses up that energy to function properly, do your daily activities. Any energy that is not used is just stored for later on. But if you never use it, for example, let's say you took in, well, let me explain this later, right? Any energy that you don't use is stored as body fat, and I'm gonna explain why, right? I'm not going to go into too much of scientific details, but I'm just gonna explain to where you kind of get the concept of it, right? So all the meals you take in are basically fuel for your body, right? Those calories become energy. Your body uses that energy for your workouts, for your daily activities, for you to talk, for your brain to function properly, stuff like that. So with that being said, why does it work and why it doesn't work, right? Why calories in, calories out works, and why some people say calories in, calories out doesn't work. Well, first of all, if you're doing calories in, calories out, which you have to do that, right? Doesn't matter what kind of diet you're in. If your goal is to lose body fat or just weight overall, you have to be in a caloric deficit, and that's what some people don't understand. They think, oh, I'm gonna do this diet because, for example, the keto diet, right? Very popular, nothing against it. I have a few clients that are on it, and I was like, hey, if it works for you, go for it. But keep in mind, if your goal is to lose body fat, you can't gain weight from the keto diet if you overeat, right? If you overeat, you're gonna gain body fat, right? For example, if your maintenance, right, calorie maintenance for the day is around 2,000 calories, and you're eating 2,500 calories, that's an extra 500 calories that you're taking in that your body does not need to do your day-to-day activities, and your body's gonna end up storing that as fat. So just keep that in mind, right? In order for you to lose the body fat, you gotta be in a caloric deficit, meaning if your maintenance is at 2,000, then you need to be eating around 1,800 calories per day to kind of, get that deficit in there, and your body's gonna start burning off that body fat, all right? So I'm gonna give you a simple formula that you can use to kind of see where you want to be at, right? And I'm gonna give you two different formulas, or two different sides of it, because this is where people kind of you really got to know how to work with the person, right? If you're a trainer or if you're just trying to do this for yourself, you really got to think about it, right? It's not that complicated. You just got to listen to your body. So for example, me, I'm 150. I'm take 150 times 10, that's 1500. 1500 is my BMR, meaning that's how many calories my body needs just to function properly. That doesn't mean that, and that's not taking into effect like the other stuff I do, like my workouts, work, getting up early, going to sleep late, stuff like that, right? It just, my body just needs 1500 calories to keep my organs going, help me think a little bit better, you know, think straight. But that means I'm not gonna have enough energy to everything else that I do, like the workouts, making these videos, stuff like that, right? I'm probably gonna lose my mind on 1500 calories a day. So what I do is I use a activity multiplier, which I'll put right here whenever I edit it, and I'm gonna use this formula right here. I can't think of it from my head, right? The top of my head, right? This formula right here to get my calorie maintenance, which ends up being around 2000, right? So if my calorie maintenance is 2000, my deficit is going to be around 1800. I could drop it all the way to 1500, but I don't recommend dropping more than 300 especially if it's your first time being in a caloric deficit, right? Because you still want to have energy to do your daily activities, because keep in mind your maintenance is at 2000, so you're going to be eating less than what your body needs, right, to have energy. So there's going to be a point during that day where whether that's in the morning or at night or in the middle of the day, where you're going to feel kind of low of energy, but you want to keep enough energy in you to keep going, keep pushing through. So that's why I say don't drop too many calories, because that's just going to defeat the purpose of it. And it's gonna probably bump you back up. You know, you're probably gonna overeat like in 3 or 4 days, right? You don't want that, right? And you don't want to undereat either, because then you're gonna store more body fat, and your body fat can probably go up as well. All right. Give me a second. All right, let's talk about the food, right? Because the food is very important. The food that you take into your body, like I said, it's fuel, and you want to make sure it's the best fuel you have, you know, out there available to you to reach your fitness goals, right? So let's say your caloric deficit is around 1800, right? And you're sticking to the 1800. However, you're sticking to it with pizza, with donuts, with a lot of sugar stuff, high sodium stuff, anything that's like just not good quality food overall for your body, right? That's really gonna mess you up, right? Now that doesn't mean you can't enjoy it. Just keep in mind that in order to get the best results, at least 90 to 95% of the food that you bring in has to be good quality food, meaning you can have a cheat meal on the weekend but don't have like a full day kind of thing. And if you do have a full day of it, just make sure that you can make up for it the following day. Now the way you make up for it the following day does not mean don't eat. It just means, you know, make sure you go sweat it out. If it's high sodium, a lot of sugar, examples would be going for a walk, wearing the coat, or a coat when you work out. You just kind of sweat a little bit more. That does not mean you're going to be sweating away the fat. It just means you're going to be sweating away that sodium, right? Because you want to get that stuff out your body. But back to it, you want to make sure you are eating, you know, quality food, you know, high protein, clean meats, getting in your veggies, good carbs, right? Get some rice in there, not the refried rice, but like just regular jasmine rice. Season it however you like it. Just make sure that you keep the sodium low. What else? Same thing with the fats. You want to make sure you get your healthy fats in, like avocado, nuts, anything that's healthy for you. You know, you can feel free to get that in, as long as you keep it on those calories, right? Now, one more thing. In order to get the best results, you do want to kind of look into the macros, which I will talk more about the macros in a separate video, right? It's just so I can go into more detail on it. But like I said, you want to make sure that you're eating healthy, right? The macros will help you with that, right? And like I said, I'll go into in a separate video on it. Hold on. Now, here's another thing, diets, right? Let's talk about diets real quick. All the diets will help you, right? Any diet works. Now the thing about the diet, since it either consists of taking, like, for example, a macro or micro, no, a macro away, which is gonna make you take micronutrients away that your body needs, right? To stay healthy. That's why some diets, that's why you go into a diet for like at least a month or 2 months before just getting back into your normal routine, right? You can't really stay in a diet forever just because your body needs, for example, like, it needs carbs, it needs small macro and micronutrients, right? It needs all that, right? Now the only one that I have seen that people kind of stick to it the longer will be like kind of like the keto diet, right? More than the other kind of diets out there, and it makes sense. I mean, nothing against the keto diet. If it works for you, good. Just know that if it's working for you as far as weight loss and body fat loss, it means you're in a caloric deficit, which is always good. And the reason why keto is so popular and why it works is because it's high in fat. First of all, fat is gonna it takes longer to for your body to use up that energy, from the fats. So you kind of stay full longer, right? It also it's high in calories as well. Fat is high in calories, meaning that, let's say you have 2 to 3 meals per day. Well, within those 2 to 3 meals, it's easier to get all your calories in within those 2 to 3 meals without feeling hungry or feeling full enough to where you're not gonna overeat. That's why I feel like keto is so popular, because, and that's why I can tell. That's why people probably get like a lot of results from that, not knowing that they're in a caloric deficit the whole time, right? So if in order for you to be in the caloric deficit, you need to be in keto, right? It's, like I said, it's gonna help you stay full, not hungry, not starving, gives you enough energy. Then go for it, right? If keto works for you, go for it. If you want to do low fat, high carb, high protein, and that's gonna help you stay in the caloric deficit, go for it, right? And that would be mostly for like athletes, right? If you play basketball, soccer, stuff like that, you need those carbs. You definitely need those carbs. So if you can do high carb, high protein, keep the fats a little bit lower. I'd say around 30 to 40 grams per day. If you can stick to the 30, better. If you can go to 25, it's even better, because you can save calories and add them to the protein or add them to the carbs if you need them, and you can just adjust accordingly day to day, however you feel, to be honest. That's why I say you can use your macros to your advantage, and which I'll talk about that in another video. But yes, calorie deficit, it's the way to go, whether that's you do it through a diet, keto diet, carnivore diet, or just overall having a nice well balance of macronutrients, such with protein, carbs, and fats. Keep in mind that the best way to do it is to always keep a high protein diet, or high protein, whatever nutrition, just because the high protein is going to help you keep that lean body mass, and it's going to help you keep your bones strong, your muscles strong, while losing the body fat. So always keep that in mind. And if you're vegan or vegetarian, there's plenty of stuff out there that have a lot of protein in them without you knowing, right? So there's some vegetables that have protein in them, such as broccoli, stuff like that. Maybe not as much as, for example, like meats or whatever, but there's quality protein in there. So if you can choose the right foods, you can get your quality protein in. There's vegan powders out there, right? Now I never really try a vegan powder. From what I heard, not all of them taste that good, so that's up to you if you want to try it. There are a couple out there that actually taste good. You might just kind of have to do your own research on that. But like I said, if you can find one that works for you, go for it. Use that. You can use egg whites. If you're vegetarian, I think you can use egg whites. If you choose to go into a diet, right? And I hope you do your research, right? That way you can stick to the diet. Whatever diet you choose. If you're going keto, if you're going vegan, vegetarian, whatever, right? Before you go into that diet, make sure you have a plan, right? Make sure you know what it consists of. Make sure you know what you can use, what you can't use. Make sure that you know about your protein, carbs, and fats. Make sure you know the foods that are going to help you get your protein in there, your carbs in there, and your fats in there. If that diet doesn't consist of taking one macronutrient away, right? Or keeping it like super low, right? So especially vegans and vegetarians, you gotta find a way, you gotta find foods that you can eat that are high in protein, right? Just because your body needs it. It needs it, right? Now, but I talked about that in a different video. Back to the calories in versus calories out method, right? At the end of the day, it comes down to being in the caloric deficit, like I said, as far as losing weight and body fat. If you want to gain weight, you got to be in a surplus. Now, if you're in a surplus, meaning you're going to eat more than what your maintenance is, you still got to keep it clean. You can't be going out there saying, oh, I got an extra 500 calories to eat, so I'm just going to eat like pizza or stuff like that. That's just going to get you fat. There's no point in doing that. There's no point in, unless you are, let's say, 15% body fat and under, right? There's no point in bulking either. Just add a little bit of food each week, right? It's you know, just keep making progress. You're not gonna gain, as far as muscle wise or lean body mass, 10 pounds a week just because you're in a surplus, right? If you gain 10 pounds a week, you're just gaining fat. That's all it is, right? If your goal is to gain weight, and it's gonna take time. You just gotta be patient with it and be consistent, right? Be patient and be consistent, and you're gonna make a hell of a lot of progress, whether you're trying to lose body fat or gain muscle. And you're gonna start noticing it on your body itself. You might stay like in the same weight for maybe a whole month, but your body definition change. You see your muscles popping out, you see your body fat dropping, you see you're getting stronger, you're getting healthier, you can jump more, you can jump rope, you can run faster, stuff like that, right? Those are the things that make a big difference and are going to show you as far as if you're making progress or not making progress, right? Your clothes is going to start feeling looser, or if you're trying to like gain muscle, they might start feeling tighter, right? But at the end of the day, you know, do what works for you. If you want to do a keto diet, if you want to do a carnivore diet or stuff like that, and that works for you, good, stick to it. If not, try to balance everything out, play around with it. Like I said, I'm go into the macros deeper in a separate video, but for now, all you need to know, super simple. If you want to lose weight, lose body fat, you got to be in a caloric deficit. If you want to gain muscle, lean body mass, you got to be in a surplus. The thing about a surplus is keep in mind that you might not lose body fat, you might actually gain some at first, but once you actually get your numbers right, move it around a little bit, you should be good, right? If you need help as far as finding your maintenance or your calorie deficit or surplus, feel free to send me a message. I'll leave the links down below to my Instagram, Facebook. Just message me if you got any questions, right? So yeah, I'm gonna wrap this video up for now, so make sure you hit the like button, share it, subscribe to the channel, and I have more videos coming up to you. All right, let's get it.